Hi everyone, welcome to morning coffee break. It's 19 degrees out here this morning. It's sunny and nice and everything, but look how nice this nice sky, not a cloud in the sky. I don't know how if these are gonna survive. See how crunchy. We'll see what happens. I mean, sooner or later something's gonna happen to stuff. But these seem half frozen there. I'm gonna have to leave it. It's supposed to get above freezing probably by lunchtime, but I don't know. Dan told me that these would be all right till 20 degrees. Anything under 20, he said it would probably, might kill them. So we'll see what happens. I can't believe it's almost Christmas and I still got stuff growing out here. I just hope it's all right. I'd like to at least harvest a little bit more. I mean, I could harvest, if something happens, I could harvest because they just won't be as big, the turnips and radishes and stuff. I'm trying to let them grow as long as they can, as long as they can. I need to check this while I'm out here. See if this seed, it rained some the other day and it messes up this seed. Yeah. Yep, the seed some of it's wet because it's frozen. Okay, I need to work on that after a while or something. Yeah. Some water's obviously got in this. I'm gonna take this in with me because I have to work on this. Or take it in the garage, I mean. Okay. I'm gonna set it right here for now. If I set it down on the ground or something, that chipmunk will come over here and mess with it. I don't want it to eat that. If that seed's not good from getting wet, I don't want it to eat that, so I put some seed over there in its normal place. I haven't heard the train so far this morning. Haven't heard it. I bet those poor old things are dead by now out here at the stump. Oh, I'm definitely going to grow more wildflowers next year. And the stump is going to be a hot spot for them again. It's not looking too good out here. I don't know if they're alive or not. We'll just have to see what happens. Maybe they'll come back when it's spring. Hoping so. Just looking around. Today is trash day. Looks like they may have already got them because they're moved. I'm gonna wait till it warms up a little bit to bring them in. I'm gonna go out there, down there later and bring them back. You don't hear many birds. Hear a few. I don't think the train's around. Okay. And we'll give it just a few minutes. I can hear a few birds. And then I'm gonna go get me some hot coffee. I'll be right back. obviously no train. Everybody, let's go inside where it's warmer, and have story time. All right, feels a little bit warmer in here. That's good. Okay, what's for dinner? Let's check into that. Well, we want to try these from Great Value mini corn dogs. I like the mini corn dogs. I like corn dogs. I don't really care much for the stick. So these are like little bite-sized ones. And they're chicken franks, which that doesn't matter to me. They all taste about the same, except for the beef ones taste a little better. But I was trying to see how many's in here. 4 pieces. So there's about like 16. I think last time that I got a different brand, there was like 18, and it said there was 15 or 16, whatever. So that's about 5 a piece. And then we're going to try these steak fries that we got from Dollar Tree yesterday. So let me throw these back in here real quick. Kitty will let me. Kitty will let me. There we go. You gonna jump up there again and knock stuff off? The cards are looking great and everything over here. It's all them, and then over here, where she goes. There's the cards over there. And then everything on the walls, a lot of that truck stuff I had to get up, as it looks good. And then over here, there's all that. So I had everything trucked up. There's so much. I didn't realize there was so much truck stuff. Really. There she goes. Kitty, don't knock any of that stuff down. No. Look at her. No. No, you go on. She'll knock anything down that she can. Y'all, if y'all have cats, you know, I mean, they can't stand it when something's on a countertop or something like that. If it's close, they'd be like, you know. So, yeah, that's what's for dinner. And I want to talk a little bit about my coloring, and I really enjoy it. I showed my first one that I did, and my next one I wanted to make. My mom loves owls, and I wanted to make. I want to make I found one of an owl, and it was oddly enough, it was in the book with flowers. But here's what it looks like. So I'm going to do this one for Mom next. And I'm going to keep practicing on these. I took commercial art in school. And I've always you know, drawn and stuff like that. I even got into painting. I used to have a you know, like an oil painting kit. And, you know, I used to paint some, and I used to also draw, you know, and colorize it too. And, but it's been so many years, you know, I don't know what it's been, probably close to 40 years, you know, and I haven't really drawn anything. I doodle, but I haven't tried to actually draw any kind of picture. So I'm thinking I'm going to, you know, winter's long and you're stuck inside and stuff, you know, I won't be out in the garden like I was all summer and doing things outside. So I think I'm going to start to try to draw and see how I can do on it again. So what I want to eventually do is be able to draw and color my own pictures, you know, and still, you know, do these, just especially for the, you know, it's good to use these to learn from, and it'll get me back in the groove, so to speak. So on down the road, if that works out right, or I can use one of these, on down the road, I want to have a giveaway for one of my pictures. and we'll just see how things go. I thought I'd throw that out there and see what y'all think about that. So I don't know. I haven't. Maybe if y'all would like to, maybe I'll do some of the coloring. I'm thinking about that. When recording it, I don't know how that would. If y'all think you would like it, I might try that. And see how it works out. I'll have to get my tripod, my big tripod, and see how I can get the angle to where it looks right. Okay, so that's that. Now it's time for story time. I thought up a few more. I was talking to, messaging one of my friends, and it reminded me of a couple today because I forgot I didn't even have anything wrote down for today's story time. So this is basically when we first got married. There was a local supermarket called Wright's Supermarket. Some of the owners lived right across the street from us here, right across, and so we didn't know them real good. We would speak to them and stuff. Back then, people were more friendly, your neighbors, and the one at the end of the driveway, across the other driveway, that corner house, he also worked for Wright Supermarket and had been friends with the family for many years. So the guy across the street over here got me the job with them. Well, minimum wage, I think back then, was $2 an hour. It makes me feel really old now. But I was working for $2 an hour, stocking this and that, and I made an impression on them, and I had to transfer to another store. We were living at the first one we worked at. We were renting a little bitty cottage, and it was an awesome place. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Oh gosh. I don't know. Hold on. Remind me of another story out there. Yeah, we lived in this little cottage, and what I liked was I could walk to work if need be, and I did, some. And if Joy had to have the car, I could walk home, or somebody would give me a lift. It was so close by. So that's what I liked about that. Well, to get 10-cent an hour raise and a promotion, I had to transfer to another store into town, like the town we live in here. We were out of our city, right on the outskirts of it at the first job. But so I went to Wright's that was in here in town, and they had, I think, 5 of them. And I was the manager of the dairy department, the dairy manager, for $2.10 an hour. I think for 80 hours, for 40 hours, I think I made like $84. No, a little over $80. And then, you got taxes and stuff. So we were pretty poor. But things were cheaper back then too. And we made ends meet. Joy was working at the time too at a little pizza place. We had to, because we had bills even then, and so I went there for $2 an hour, or $2.10. I got promoted. Well, back then we had more snow every winter here. Sometimes it was pretty bad. Well, I wanted to go for lunch. I needed to go out for lunch. I didn't have anything. I should have just bought something at the store, like some crackers, and I used to get crackers and what's that stuff, deviled ham or something like that in a little can back then. I used to get something like that and some crackers and just sit there and eat on it. But I was really hungry. I wanted McDonald's, And I had a little front wheel drive, that Rabbit I showed y'all in the pictures. And it got around pretty good, you know. So I wanted to go to McDonald's. Well, back then, McDonald's, they've changed it. There's so many wrecks there since this. They've changed the road to where it was a one-way coming up beside McDonald's on one side of it, and it came into like a curve, and there was railroad tracks right there. But then the other one was one way coming this way, and it had to turn and go around the other side of McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? They kind of merged, like. So I'm going, and I wasn't, the super experienced driving, especially in the snow back then. I guess I was like, I was still, I guess, 17, because we had got married. My dad took me to the courthouse. He went with us, and we got married. That's like another story, but wait a minute. I'm remembering a few more stories at least. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, we were married and stuff, and I had what happened was I almost lost my train of thought doing that, but okay, I was going down the road there, and when I went to Bear right there, that's where the railroad tracks were. Well, there was ice all over that, but there was snow over it, just like I was speaking about earlier. Uh, when I turned and hit that ice, my car kept going straight into the one way coming this way. Well, there was a meat company, a local meat company at that time. It was called Wade Bulla Meat Company. And one of their trucks, and it had like a camper thing on the back of it, but it was a refrigerated deal. It wasn't, I guess, not really like a camper. It was something they'd put in there, in the bed. That was a refrigerated place where they got in and got the meat and took it out and stuff. I don't exactly know how. Kind of looked like a camper thing, but all metal. And so it was a pretty heavy truck. It wasn't a huge truck. It had just a big pickup cab on it. But here I went, head on. We hit head on. Well, my knee hit my chest hit the steering wheel, and then my knee hit I believe it was it was my left knee. See, I hurt my right knee in softball, I was telling y'all about yesterday. This one, I hurt my left knee, hit the dash, I believe it was. And it didn't, I don't even think I went to the doctor. I just didn't back then. If I got hurt, I didn't want to go to the doctor. I didn't want the bills. And I don't think we had insurance anyway. I know they probably didn't offer it through that company, but we probably didn't have any, so that's one reason I probably never wanted to go. But, I just wrapped it up. It was bummed up for a long time. And now, whenever the weather changes, especially if it gets colder, like if it gets warm and gets colder real fast, both of my knees, especially if I go out there and do anything in the garden, to where I'm like bending over constantly or kind of squatting down or anything, after I do that, about a minute later, like if I'm walking in, my knees will start, even if it's just cold, my knees will get messed up. But it'll also bother me, if I do that and come in, and I can't hardly even walk for a while sometimes. Hold on a minute, y'all. All right, I'm back. So that's pretty much how it went. And, like I said, all these injuries that you've heard me speak of over the years have really, later in life, like now, it really took a toll on me. I mean, I've had plenty of other injuries that weren't, quite as bad, but they, like, you know, if I sprained an ankle or you know, pulled a muscle, tore a muscle or something like that, you know, of course I didn't go to the doctor either. But you know, they've got to where now, when I'm older, and all the hard labor I did is just really took a toll on me. But so that's pretty much the story time for today. I was trying to think if there was anything else. I'm going to try to get a few more kitties corners in. Let me write that down, maybe I'll remember. Because I got to see how the things go with the new rules after the first of the year to be able to keep doing that or not. And that and the jib jabs too. I don't know if I'm going to mess with it, you know, if it might cause some kind of trouble. You know, it's silly, if you ask me, because, you know, there's nothing wrong. If y'all have seen all my stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. Come on, you know. But that's just, you know, they're making these rules, you know, and I just don't know how they're going to interpret everything. So everyone, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to go get started on a few other projects. And everybody have a great day. Please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you later on doing something. God bless. Bye-bye.